Many people think that cloves are just an ordinary spice, something you toss into tea, and that's the end of it. But this simple assumption can sometimes quietly cause harm. The truth is, cloves are far from mild. They are one of those spices that can have a powerful effect on the body. Cloves contain a special compound called eugenol. It doesn't just add flavor. It can change how your blood clots, affect the acidity in your stomach, alter how your liver processes substances, and influence your digestive system. For some people, this power is beneficial, but for others, especially those with underlying health issues, it can make things worse. And often, people don't even realize that the real culprit is the clove. Today, I'm going to explain in clear and simple terms who should avoid cloves and why. Watch the video all the way through because the last issue is very common in people over 50, and most don't realize that a tiny clove in their evening tea could be connected. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Stomach ulcers or severe gastritis. This is the most direct and potentially dangerous effect of cloves. Cloves signal your stomach to produce more acid. In other words, the stomach lining receives a message to increase acid production. If someone already has an open ulcer in the stomach or the upper part of the small intestine, or suffers from severe gastritis, consuming cloves can have the opposite of a beneficial effect. Extra acid can irritate the ulcer, causing more pain and burning, and most importantly, it can prevent the ulcer from healing. The risk is even higher if cloves are chewed raw or taken on an empty stomach because the eugenol goes straight to the sensitive stomach lining. If you've ever had an ulcer or currently experience constant burning and pain in your stomach, cloves are not safe for you. Number 2. Severe chronic acid reflux. This issue works a bit differently, but still relates to stomach acid. In acid reflux or GERD, the valve between the stomach and esophagus weakens, allowing acid to flow back up. Cloves increase both stomach movement and acid production, which can worsen reflux. Occasional mild heartburn might not be a big problem, but for those with GERD, frequent regurgitation, or constant burning and irritation in the throat, consuming cloves can intensify these symptoms. What might have been occasional discomfort can become a daily problem, increasing heartburn and causing inflammation in the esophagus. Up to this point, we've talked about stomach-related risks. Now, let's move to a completely different system, your blood and heart. Number 3. If you are taking blood-thinning medications, this is a very important and serious effect of cloves that should not be ignored. The main compound in cloves, eugenol, has the ability to reduce blood clotting. In other words, it works like a natural blood thinner. This can be beneficial for some, but if someone is already taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin, clopidogrel, or even a daily baby aspirin for heart protection, adding cloves can create complications. Doctors carefully calculate the dosage of these medications to ensure your blood is only as thin as necessary. Adding cloves into the mix can thin the blood too much, increasing the risk of easy bruising, bleeding gums, nosebleeds, or, in severe cases, internal bleeding. Even small daily amounts of cloves, whether in tea or powder, can gradually alter your blood's clotting ability. This is not just a guess, it's a medically proven effect. Number 5. Chronic low or unstable blood pressure. Eugenol and some other compounds in cloves can dilate blood vessels. When blood vessels widen, blood pressure often drops slightly. This can sometimes help people with high blood pressure, but for those whose blood pressure is already low, around 90-60 mmHg or lower, it can cause problems. Some people may feel dizzy when standing, see dark spots, feel weak, or experience fatigue. This condition is called orthostatic hypotension. If such individuals consume cloves in excess, the blood vessels may dilate even more, increasing the risk of dizziness, weakness, and fainting. This is particularly dangerous for older adults, as fainting can lead to falls and broken bones. If your blood pressure is already low, cloves could lower it further. Number 6. Pre-existing liver conditions. This is a delicate matter and depends largely on the amount consumed. Small amounts of cloves in food are generally considered safe, and the antioxidants in cloves can sometimes benefit the liver. However, consuming large amounts, such as clove extract, clove oil, or excessive powder, can put a strain on the liver. The liver's job is to break down eugenol and other compounds so they can be safely removed from the body. High amounts of cloves can overload this detox system, causing oxidative stress and increasing the risk of toxic effects. For people with pre-existing liver conditions, such as fatty liver, hepatitis, viral or alcohol-related, cirrhosis, or any type of liver inflammation, the liver is already weaker, and adding more stress can worsen its function. Therefore, such individuals should avoid clove extract, oil, or large quantities of powder. If you do use cloves, keep it minimal and only with a doctor's guidance. Number 7. Sensitive digestion or irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. This is a problem that many people don't associate with cloves, though it's very common, especially as we age. While some say cloves aid digestion, they are actually a very strong stimulant. For people with sensitive digestion or IBS, especially the type with frequent diarrhea, cloves can sometimes have the opposite effect. Instead of soothing, cloves overstimulate the gut's nervous system, causing symptoms such as stomach cramps, sudden urgency to use the bathroom, loose stools, and severe bloating. What helps a sluggish gut may feel like an attack to a sensitive one. If you have a sensitive stomach or have been diagnosed with IBS, use cloves very cautiously. The best approach is to start with very small amounts and observe your body's reaction. For sensitive digestion, daily use of cloves is often not advisable. Key takeaways. Cloves themselves are not inherently dangerous. They are a powerful natural substance that can offer benefits if used correctly. But powerful also means they need to be used with understanding and caution. The line between benefit and harm is very thin and depends entirely on a person's health condition. For those without any of the 7 issues mentioned above who want to use cloves safely, here are some important tips. Always use small amounts. 1 or 2 whole cloves per day are enough. Avoid taking spoonfuls of clove powder. Prefer cooking or boiling cloves. Use them in water or as a spice in food rather than concentrated extracts or essential oils, which are too potent for everyday use. Avoid long-term daily use. A good method is to use them for a few days and then take a break to prevent any cumulative effects. Listen to your body. If you notice any new problems or worsening of existing symptoms, stop using cloves and reassess. Now, I want to ask you directly. Do you use cloves daily? Yes or no? After hearing all this, do you have any of the issues mentioned above? Share in the comments. Your answer could help someone else. Finally, remember, natural doesn't always mean safe. It means powerful. True wisdom comes from using that power with knowledge, caution, and an understanding of your own body. This is the path to long-term health and well-being.